here into the pile and pull it back so we can see it.
So this has been here the same amount of time that these piles. You use these all the same day.
That's all there.
Acids.
Yeah. So
You guys are missing out over
you notice that Bill is standing upwind from it. If you're downwind, you get this aroma that you don't want to get. It is a train wreck. Look how dense it is.
Yeah.
It stinks. You know,
That's
it's going to
what's
attract vectors. It is just a mess. Okay? So if you can just keep slicing, take like 4-inch slices off from it.
right.
Do you want pictures before we go, or are you?
Oh God, no! I'm just videoing actually.
You can see the flies accumulating around it. So if schools call you, or if you're dealing with schools, yeah, it is not a pleasant experience. So what's going to happen? John. Where's John? You're a school teacher, and you do this, and you take this, and how many calls from the principal are you going to get?
Too many.
Too many, absolutely. So if you're doing this, think about the proper recipe, and paper and food is not the proper recipe. You really need to include some coarser material, some wood shavings, some wood chips, some horse bedding, something along those lines. One is the paper also doesn't absorb those volatile organic acids very well, where the other fibers are. So you really got to reconstruct this much better than what it is. Bill, any comments you want to add?
Well, one of the things that happens here too, obviously you can see those layers of paper that were 10 inches thick have compressed down to an inch. And on the bottom, you scrape across the bottom there. You see how the paper is now this gum layer on the very bottom? You let that dry out, you get paper mache going. So the paper just can't maintain any structure. As soon as you get moisture on it, it flattens right out. So when we left here at the end of the day, as Mark said, that bin, I can hardly breathe over here, was full right to the tip top, but it didn't take very long before it just collapses. Boy, that probably smells big.
It does now. So the other thing is, can they use the paper in the recipe? Sure, and it's going to go in, about 10% by volume, so that if they want to use that and to recycle and compost, it's going to go, but it can't be 100% the carbon source.
What about the dyes in the paper?
Most of those dyes now are vegetable dyes or plant-based dyes. There's nothing in them that's going to be a problem anymore.
If they're using it in your dye?
Nope, not a problem. Where you run into issue are some of the waxy and colored, the glossies.
Yeah.
That's where you run into problems. And it's not so much from the inks anymore as it is that the microbes won't chew on that glossy material. So that's the issue. But there aren't really any issues as far as the dioxins anymore like there used to be.
We did a study quite a few years ago now. We looked at, remember that glove I had full of brown newsprint? Well, a big part of that study was to compost that as part of animal bedding, and then check the PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which were in the ink, and we tracked the breakdown of those PAHs, and 97% gone by the time the composting process is done. So it breaks those PAHs down to those are known chemicals. But as Mark said, now they're using soy-based things, so you don't even have the high PAH levels that you used to have.
Yeah.
All right, we're on the road, so let's jump in the van.